This is the iPhone 7 Plus. At first, it may not seem like much has changed, but after using it for a few days, you realize the changes that are here are pretty big ones. The iPhone 7 Plus is similar to previous years of Plus model phones. You take the normal iPhone and then you add on top of it. But this year, that addition is even greater. And some of the changes to the iPhone 7 overall have a big effect on how you actually use the phone. Visually, the iPhone 7 is quite similar to the iPhone 6s, but there are some key differences, mainly the color. Now there's a new jet black and black color. These are really black. Space gray was the darkest color we had before, but this is on a whole other level. And if you've been wanting a stealthy iPhone, well, this is it. With these colors, you also notice the reduced antenna bands, which all but disappear. This leads to a cleaner looking phone. But overall, the design is familiar and it's what you expect. Now, where it gets interesting is when you start to actually use the phone. The first thing you'll probably notice is the home button, and now it's not a button. It just uses haptics to simulate the feel of a button, but nothing actually moves. It feels similar to the MacBook trackpad. This seems to be one area you definitely have to get used to, and some people seem to hate it. I wouldn't say it feels like an actual button. It feels really similar to the MacBook trackpad, but when it's in your hand, the illusion is a bit harder to pull off. But the button itself works the same way you'd expect. You push it to go home, double click, hold, all those things are still here. One thing to keep in mind is that because it's not moving now, it's capacitive, meaning you have to use your finger to activate it. So if you're wearing gloves or you try to use your fingernail, it's not going to work. It has to detect your finger, so that's something to keep in mind. But the Taptic engine that's giving you that feedback works really well. It's very fast and responsive, and as fast as you can click, it responds. And that Taptic engine also works other places in iOS. So if you bring down the notification tray, bring up the control center, slide your brightness, your volume, you get these little bumps and taps that give you a physical response to what you're doing on the screen. Now that screen has also been updated. It's brighter and supports a wider color gamut, meaning you can see more colors on the screen. And it does seem to look better than on the 6s. The biggest difference is that it looks warmer now and a little bit more natural. One place you really notice the changes is with the new camera, and this is a significant change from the 6s, especially on the iPhone 7 Plus. Now there are two 12 megapixel cameras. One is the same from the iPhone 7 with an f1.8 aperture, new 6-element lens, new sensor. It's an entirely new camera. The main difference with the second one is that it has a more zoomed in focal length, and this effectively gives you optical zoom on a smartphone. So you can get 2 times closer without losing any real quality, and when comparing to the 6s, these photos do look better in both normal light and in low light. And using that zoom feature is very easy. You just tap the icon on the screen and you go into the 2x zoom. And from there, if you want to go even farther, you can go up to 10x digital zoom. Now, one area that's been rather controversial is the headphone jack, because it's not here anymore. But they do include lightning earpods in the box, and they have an adapter, so if you have 3.5mm headphones you want to use, you can still do that. But the headphone jack being gone only really matters depending on how you use your phone, and it's clear that Apple is pushing wireless. They have their AirPods coming out relatively soon, not available just yet, but be sure to subscribe so you can see content when those are out. Now, Apple didn't only remove things when it came to audio, they also added a second speaker, so now we have stereo speakers on the iPhone 7. The first one is on the bottom in the same place that it was before, but the second one is using the earpiece where you would normally make calls. These two speakers work together to give you separation, better sound, and they are louder, and here they are compared to the 6s. Getting right into it, one of the apps most people use every single day is Messages, and in iOS 10, there's a huge update. First up, one of the apps most people use every single day is Messages, and in iOS 10, there's a huge update. First off is Message Effects. Now under the hood, this is all powered by the Apple A10 Fusion processor, which has 4 cores. 2 of those cores are high performance, and 2 of them are high efficiency. So this means that you're going to get a faster, more powerful phone, but it's also going to be more efficient, giving you more battery life. 1 hour on the iPhone 7 Plus, and 2 hours more on the iPhone 7. Overall, as of now, a few days in, the phone seems to perform really well, which you would expect from a brand new phone. Now, one last welcome feature is that all of that power and performance is now protected if it gets wet. The iPhone 7 is IP67 water and dust resistant. So if you use your phone in the rain, get pushed into a pool, take a shower with it, which admittedly I have done, all of that, your iPhone should be fine. Although, keep in mind, water damage is not covered under warranty. But anyways, that is a look at the new iPhone 7 Plus after using it for a few days and getting some real hands-on time with it. It takes a few days to get that newness to wash off. But be sure to let us know down below in the comments if you have an iPhone 7 and what your favorite feature is. Do you think it's a worthy upgrade? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe so you can see when new videos are out, and visit MacRumors.com for more. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm Matt Gonzalez with MacRumors, and I'll see you next time.